I had a war flashback in the middle of the night, and now my girlfriend won't talk to me at all.
You know, that's a unfortunate predicament, because it's like you feel bad for the guy who's going through the reenactment in his brain, but then also the woman is, like, what's going on? It's I don't know. I don't know who to feel for at this moment.
I think
but
you
both
feel
of them,
for
both of them.
no one.
Actually, yeah. What am I talking about?
Stone cold rock, John. And you don't care about our troops serving to save us, little civilians. You don't care about those army wives.
Yes.
That are, actually, our army wives go wild usually. Or
we have a thing coming up about that.
Army wives, dude. Army wives are the least loyal. Okay, actually, shit.
Everyone attack him right now. Say that,
but I've just heard some army wives.
You've heard some tales. You've heard some tales.
Where it's like these guys go off to base and they hit the club.
I think it's a situation. You know what I mean?
Tough.
It's like
if
you take like 10 million couples and put them in that scenario, it could happen.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Hey, army wives, I feel for you. And if you ever need someone to talk to,
that's right. And the important thing we learned about is not to care about other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
that's the most important thing.
You're in this world by yourself with no one else.
Yeah. If you take nothing else away, take that away.
Yeah.
Our wonderful
We're
viewers.
all in this floating rock curling
apart
through space.
Yeah.
And you might think you're connected,
but you're not.
Yeah. You're alone.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, guys. I can't even.
I'm not.
All right. Thanks, John. Mr. Cold Stone Rock.
That's
over
right.
Here. All right. I, 38 male, have recently started dating a 31 female. Congrats. I've been single for nearly 6 years prior to this, and I had a very difficult relationship previously. I felt used for my stability and the consistency that I provided. Him being like a military guy,
makes sense.
Very consistent,
you getting them bucks apparently tax free.
Yeah,
so
tax free, and also just like think about the schedule he probably has. He's like 5 a.m. workouts.
Yeah.
Eating meal prep.
My man is consistent.
I'm imagining he's like a super fit meal prep guy.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person that thinks that all women are awful, or that the dating world is entirely and perpetually flawed for men in my age range. But typically, I have poor judgment when it comes to other people's intentions, and that has certainly led to a string of situations where I feel valued almost exclusively for what I provided and not who I was.
Interesting.
So, like, you just got a bunch of gold diggers coming at him.
OP, if you hear this, hit us up and we'll matchmake you.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah. For a price.
Yeah.
If you could provide us some stability financially.
Feel the pain.
To some degree, I think that's all right. Man, like he's already given consolations.
Dang.
Man, it's like, it's fine if I'm being used for my consistency. Hey, think more of yourself.
That's
man.
right. Yeah.
Think more of yourself. You're a catch.
You're worth it, king.
Yeah. But I needed a break from the dating scene for a longer period of time. I'm a veteran. I surf. Wait, I need a break. But I needed a break, so I left the dating scene for a longer period of time. Hey, with Tinder ladies, throwing their booties about and then ghosting you, like I don't blame you, man.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a veteran. He served following 9/11, which, damn, that's a hard act to follow.
That's true. I don't know why I'm laughing.
John just every time he hears 9/11, he just giggles.
I just burst out laughing.
And while most people in my life know that I'm a combat veteran, their knowledge starts and stops there. Which I guess, like, when I think of combat veteran, I'm just like, oh, that guy probably killed some people.
Yeah. I'm like, how many?
Yeah, how many? That's my first question.
Yeah.
How many?
Not how are you? Or,
yeah, definitely not how are you.
Tell
probably
me.
Awful, and I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
We're kidding.
Sam's kidding. I'm an actual piece of dog dookie.
Dog dookie.
Yep.
I live in a large city, and there seems to be a general lack of empathy or respect for military service. I am pretty okay with that. Bro, why are you okay with that? Yo, have some standards for how you want to be treated, man. But then again, I guess he did sell his body to the government, so I'm not sure his standards are too high.
Oh, man.
That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy or that I'm proud of my time in the uniform. I am. Damn straight, OP. Okay, OP. But I'm very all right with moving forward in my life and not having it be central to my current experiences. There's only one hitch, John, in this whole identity crisis that he's having. The problem is I have PTSD.
Right.
Post-traumatic stress disorder. Or, as they call it in the biz.
No. Where are we going? Where are we going right now? Take us there. Take us home. Take us home. Did he write that?
No.
No. I was like, you almost got me for a second.
No. PTSD is not good. You know, and you never want to give your wife PTSD. You only want to give her that D, baby. TD.
A different, just take out the P and something else. You rearrange this letter. I was going for STD, but
okay.
That works too.
Not as bad as I don't have it as bad as most. I think that I made out very lucky compared to some, and the bulk of my symptoms are not constant. I tend to get a little tense sometimes at night and can struggle with vivid dreams. Yo, dude, I struggle with vivid dreams. When I was like 13, all of them were wet.
Ooh.
That was a struggle.
It was a tsunami.
Vivid.
It was a tsunami. Vivid. Okay, that is tsunamis are traumatic, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you.
They are. They called it the white wave.
Oh goodness.
Not because I'm white, but because of the, you know how boys do. You're thinking of like, oh wow, that. I went to the art museum at the LACMA. Yep. And damn, did Michelangelo not do a great job with those titties?
It was iCarly for me. Since we're going there, I was like, dang, Miranda, what you doing with all that?
Yo, there's a reboot. We were recently on Dr. Phil, and they're filming the new iCarly reboot on the lot.
Okay, yeah, I was like, were they on Dr. Phil too? I was like, wow, Dr. Phil's in everything.
He's everything, everywhere, all at once. We're not making light of PTSD.
No, we're not. No, we're
not.
Sam is, but I'm very serious about it. Sam doesn't care.
This is not an every night thing. It comes in fits and starts lasting usually a week, maybe two, and then it fades to the back. Very rarely, I have extremely intense dreams that make me wake suddenly. I can be disoriented during that time or very emotionally activated. Now I can't get the whole wet dream thing out of my head.
You set yourself up for failure.
Oh, God. All right. After I separated from the military, I became a military contractor and changed my career to a technical field, which is actually like a great strategy if
That's
you're
smart.
Like, leaving the military.
I have a friend who did that as well.
Yeah, it's smart. I got myself educated, trained in a technical specialty where I built myself a substantial nest egg. I was mentored by a good man on investments and income generation, and I've done very well for myself. There we go. Building up his confidence.
My man should start a finance YouTube channel.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I know a guy that was in the military that started a finance YouTube channel. It's called Wealth something. Wealth Freedom something else.
Happiness.
There was one other thing I forgot.
America.
Wealth Freedom. America. Eagles. Walmart. McDonald's. Obesity. Subpar
the
educational
things we
system.
Stand for.
Yeah. If I can't stand for obesity, I'll sit in my mobility scooter.
That is right.
And that's the American way.
That's how we do it.
I hold a full-time position back in the States now with a generous salary and benefits. I've taken care of myself physically, and despite having several injuries, I've stayed very active, which is all to say, man is looking like a snack.
Oh, goodness.
Let me touch those rippling pecs.
What you doing with all that, daddy?
Man, I want to call that man daddy, even if he doesn't have a dad bod.
I'll sign up for your boot camp.
Only if I can touch that booty.
Oh.
Booty boot camp. Hey, if that's not already a boot camp, someone get on it. Okay. So in regards to the PTSD, I have it much better than some. And I'm very grateful that that is the case. That kind of sounds like he's like, my PTSD is better than yours. I think he means like, I don't have it as bad.
I don't have it as bad. Yeah. It's like almost the opposite.
Yeah. So now we're getting to the juicy bits. That was all set up. That was all preamble.
Dude, I am so preambled right now.
Oh, I'm
frothing.
I live for the.
I'm frothing with he did it, guys. He did the thing.
This girl and I met several years ago, but I was not dating and she was seeing someone. But we clicked right away, but never spoke of it ever again or crossed any lines and did not maintain communication. Very respectful.
Okay, I see you.
But there was a point where I thought about her. I did not reach out, but I wondered if I'd imagined the entire thing or if she felt the way I felt those feelings, felt the thunder coming from down under. Felt the tinkling in my tinkle box.
Them thunder cheeks be clapping.
Yeah. Those were some vivid dreams that he wanted to have. Not the other ones. Not the ones of him sniping. This is a whole different
type of dream, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. This is instead of
guys, we need to find new censored words to say here, because we would just do the thing that was what we used to do, but now we have to say nut juice on here.
Yeah, nut juice. I should have said nut juice. All right, well, you gotta bleep out my editors. Yeah, editors.
Get on it,
please. Don't put me in jail. YouTube jail. I'm embarrassed. Not only. Okay. Here we go. Well, a few months ago, she reached out and we met up and the sparks were there. The boyfriend she was seeing is long gone because I killed him.
Bye, Daddy.
Yeah. I've been trained in the art of sniping.
I have a select set of skills. Destroying ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, that's my main hustle. No, he didn't kill him. The boyfriend she was seeing is long gone, and we started a date. This is the first time I opened myself up to a romantic relationship in a very long time. So he's like, I'm ready for love.
Open up, combat daddy.
Spread those cheeks. Things have progressed since that day, and she began spending the night. Oh, this is where my first anxiety has come into place. This is where my anxiety started to arise. I didn't want to suddenly have a bad episode at night, right? I didn't want to suddenly have a bad episode at night with her there. I didn't want to speak about or even acknowledge my PTSD. I'm embarrassed not only of having it, but also of speaking about it because so many endured and endure so much worse than I have. I have so little to complain about, but with her spending the night, I had to at least tell her that sometimes I can wake up suddenly and seem very frightened or alert, which as side effects go, like as a partner, I guess, sometimes when I fall asleep, I kick people.
Yeah.
You ever get the restless
from
legs?
The partner's perspective, it's like, okay, that's not that big of a wake up sometimes. Like if anything, I would be like, oh my gosh, like I want to consult you, like I want to help, like I'm there, like I can be helpful if I can
tell me war stories, daddy.
Yeah, all that. Lay next to me.
When you fall asleep, do you kick? Or do you
I don't kick, but my girlfriend likes to gradually edge me off of the mattress. So I am my cheeks are just like dangling off the edge.
Hey, that's maximum air. That's maximum air filtration though.
That is true. Yeah. That's another thing. I need lots of air filtration.
Yeah, you don't want a sweaty butt.
I point a fan at myself.
It's just a fan directly at the ass hanging out.
Literally, I've said this is on record. My butt sweats first. I pull my pants down in front of my air conditioner and let it go.
And there's a window right there, folks.
There is, a big window.
If you get lucky, you could see.
I've mooned 1,000 people, guaranteed.
Yeah. Hey, it doesn't have to be a full moon for you to see a full moon.
That's right.
That's what I always say. Play your cards right. Well, we got off track.
Here we are.
But with her spending the night, I had to at least tell her that sometimes I can wake up suddenly and seem very frightened or alert. I don't or haven't done anything like dive on the floor or reach to arm myself, but I do suddenly bolt upright sometimes. Imagine if you just like grabbed a knife and just like, where are you here? Yeah, where is she? But I imagine that does happen. Like,
oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Which is like
that. I think that's when it would be scary. But this seems like a pretty mild,
totally
mild form.
Harmless.
Yeah. I think OP is like. I mean, it just seems like he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
I have called out before, and other times I get the shakes for a few minutes and feel very confused about where I am. So I told her, and she was an angel about it. But she also asked me to talk about what it was like. With her and some of the things that I remember and that I struggle with. In the past, I've never gone there with someone. I think sometimes the truth is not what people, particularly women in my experience, really want to hear. Because imagine like the truth of like some of that war stuff is yikes.
Plus, dude. I love lying to women, so I totally understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I've been consuming so much Andrew Tate,
dude. Just
the only way to get some poontang in the modern era is to shave your head and start lying your ass off.
I mean, body counts on the foreheads. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
on the women, of course.
Yeah,
completely logical.
Yeah, completely logical.
Yeah.
Also, if she has an OnlyFans, she should pay me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
All jokes. Satire.
That's how it's
We're
done.
never going to be able to run to office. People are just going to like be taking these clips out of
exactly.
context. Okay. In the past, these women that I've talked to about, but in the past, I've often been like, these women don't want to hear these stories about war, but in the past, I've often been criticized by my partners of being emotionally unavailable and closed off. They've been critical about my inability to open up with them and have expressed feeling like they were parts of me, and they have expressed feeling that there are parts of me that were strangers to them and that it was part of what drove our relationship into negative places. Hey, if there's parts of him that are strangers to you, then you got threesome opportunities. Mm-hmm. That seems like a win in my book,
But that's such a tricky
someone
scenario.
With multiple personalities.
Like, I don't know. I see why he's like,
he doesn't want to talk.
He doesn't want to opening up has its challenges, but then not opening up. He's in a rock and a hard place for sure.
And it's like you have to make sure that the person you're with actually wants to hear your trauma.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a lot of there's like two kinds of people. There's like the people that think that they can handle a trauma dump and actually can't, and ask for it, and they're like, "Oh, well, that was too much."
Right.
And then there's the people that maybe like overshare and then put someone in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And I think it's just about like reading the strength of the relationship and how deep it is.
I think it's so situational.
It's so situational. Yeah. Like I had a friend that like our second time hanging out just like told me everything that was wrong with his life, which was like actually in the moment I was okay with.
Right.
Because like I try to be there for even new friends. Right. Mm-hmm. But then that was like how he experienced like us bonding. And so then it was like we could only bond.
It became the core of like your relationship.
And it's like, which was not, it felt like not the most healthy start. And so like that's also something like I can imagine, like OPC, like you even said in the beginning, like I have PTSD. I am not PTSD.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't want to make it a central focus of who he is and his identity and what he wants. And I could see opening up about this, like maybe posing.
Like, and I think he recognizes he deserves support, but he doesn't want to do it at the expense of someone else. Yeah. Which is where he's running into that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even in him writing this, he is so empathetic, bro. Like continually.
Overly.
All right. But there's more.
Yes, there is.
Without excusing any of my ex-girlfriend's decisions or behaviors, she wasn't wrong in this criticism. But still, I couldn't bring myself to really open up to my new girlfriend. She pressed gently, but left it alone, which is nice.
Yes.
She was very sweet through this, very encouraging. She told me that there was nothing wrong and that I could say that she told me there was nothing that I could say that would change where we were going together, and that she appreciates anyone who served her country. She's generally an empathetic human, and I felt relieved that she didn't really press me or elaborate in the moment. I felt more secure and safe. She told me that she loved me. She clings to my arm when we walk together, and she compliments me on my body, my clothes. Take them off, daddy. She tells me that I'm handsome and that she feels lucky. She posted me on her social media and introduced me to her friends, her coworkers, her parents. It's great.
Okay.
Everything's going smoothly.
I would
right?
hope you do all that stuff
Yeah.
by that time.
Okay, well, this is where things go downhill.
Oh, boy.
All right. 3 days ago, though, I did have a fairly rough wake up one night. It was not my worst by any means, no yelling, but I bolted upright in bed suddenly and startled her awake, and apparently sat very silent and very tense for a few seconds while she tried to ask me if I was all right. I don't remember her asking me repeatedly. I only remember hearing her and telling her that I was fine and thinking it was the first time that she'd asked, but she asked like a bunch of times.
Right.
She just wasn't there.
Caught the last one.
I settled fairly quickly after. I usually do. But she, again, gently asked me to share with her what I see during these nightmares or what memories I have that bother me. Which, if I was in that relationship, I would kind of want to know.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
I see her
like,
perspective.
yeah. And also, you want to be empathetic. You want to be like, hey, dude, what are you
going through?
What are you going through? Like,
Yeah.
Let me
listen.
I want to be there. Yeah. I looked at her, this beautiful young woman. And for the first time in a very long time, I felt seen. And I just didn't want to ruin things. I didn't want to push her away. I've done very well on my own, but there's something blissful about being loved and loving someone. And for whatever reason, right there, I opened up. I shared with her. Yeah, round of applause for that.
Yeah.
We go, OP. Hey, that's like when you have trauma, that opening up period is, I think, super hard, but it's like a showcase of like, hey, maybe I can overcome this. Maybe this doesn't have to actually stunt or define my relationships.
100%.
I shared with her a single account that sometimes bothers me. She asked detailed questions and I answered. At first, anyway, I answered openly, but as I began to say more and more, even in the dark, I saw her expression changing. I saw worry in her face. I wouldn't call it fear, but I definitely saw uncertainty. And I understood what was happening too late, because her next question was, did you enjoy being there though? And I'm going to go into this too, but like I've interviewed a bunch of like veterans, like combat veterans. And I remember there was a story that this guy said he came back from Afghanistan and he was a combat veteran, saw some stuff. And he was no longer in the military, just going around doing normal shit. Went to Walmart to buy some toothpaste. Picked up this bottle of toothpaste and is like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I was saving lives. I was serving my country.
Right.
How could buying toothpaste ever compare to the importance of what I was doing, the life and death situations that I was in? And so like after serving after doing something of such high intensity, everything else about life just seems like it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
And so it's like hard to care about buying toothpaste when you've seen people live and die.
Or like any of the mundane things that we do, which is
exactly
pretty much all of it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And he goes into this. He says, I'm convinced almost every combat veteran can tell you that they enjoyed it. Even the scariest, most violent moments. There's some part of us that comes alive in a way during those situations that you just can't get back at home. It's a cliche by now, but it's real. And she asked the question, knowing the answer. Saw it in her face. And I could see that she was hoping I would say that I didn't like it. But I couldn't lie to her.
Yeah.
I didn't answer the question. Anyway, what do you guys do in this situation?
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's any like military vets that have gone through this. Like, you know, this is a tough situation.
You hate us by now, but please, we do actually want to hear from you.
All the military vets have like turned off after the third joke.
Our retention among veterans is 0%.
Yeah. I couldn't lie to her, but I didn't answer the question. I tried to hit that middle ground. At this point, I just wanted her to leave it be. And I wished I had never opened my mouth. I had never opened up.
God, I feel so bad for OP.
That was 3 days ago. She's been distant through texts. We haven't seen each other since. There's nothing I don't think that I can do now. Dating has just been so difficult for me. I'm so discouraged. I feel like this girl, you know, I thought we found something. And as a veteran, we were constantly told to talk about it. Whether you're on TikTok or Instagram, there are just mountains of posts from people, well-meaning people telling you, hey, share what you have to speak. Friends and family all want you to confide in them, or in the very least know that you could, or in the very least want you to know you could if you wanted. But I mean this when I say, for those of us that served, you really can't. Or in the very least, you will never really be able to tell whether you can or can't until you've made the choice and the consequences of that choice are out of your hands. I was falling for this girl, and now, despite my best attempts to stay positive, can't help but feel she saw all of me and then decided, I don't want this, and walked away.
Wow.
Part of me knows that's all right. It's her choice. And there's integrity in letting someone have that part of you so they can decide, hey, do you want to deal with this or not? But part of me can't help but feel like I will never find a partner. And that there's a part of me that I have to hide from those that I love because it is more than anyone can handle. I don't know how to shake this profound sense of loneliness I suddenly feel. Find myself wishing I'd never responded to her to begin with. Find myself wishing that I knew better than to attempt to date or just try ever again.
That just hits you like a decaton of bricks.
Jeez.
Like the poor guy, and I think he's doing everything right.
Yeah.
You know,
he's trying, dude.
Yet still,
he's really trying.
He's here.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, dude. This guy's going through the freaking ringer.
Yeah.
But John.
Yes.
There's a freaking update. For those of you that suggested I speak to her and express that I didn't want to upset her, but I wanted to be honest, that's for those of you that suggested I speak to her and express that I didn't want to upset her, I just wanted to be honest. That's the route I want to go with.
Oh.
And I plan on doing that tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, so this is multiple updates, by the way.
Okay. I'm buckling in.
Update 2. I won't get into the particulars of what I shared. I will say, however, it did not include any work. Oh, sorry. No, this is not update 2. Cancel update 2.
Yeah.
I won't get into the particulars of what I shared with her when he was,
right,
sharing what happened with his wake up, his PTSD. However, it did not include any war crimes, and I didn't commit any during my time in service. Okay. We, the girl and I, have plans tomorrow, and I plan on asking her how she felt about our conversation and see where things stand. I've been on and off with the therapist since I left the uniformed service. There were periods where I worked very hard with them on a variety of things. As I felt more comfortable in the steady civilian world, I relied on them less. But this relationship is new, and I think the advice to reach back out to my therapist and get some guidance and support while working on it is a good idea.
Love that.
What I shared with her was not any of my direct combat action. It was what I saw when my unit rolled up onto the aftermath of an IED detonation inside a civilian area. It was not graphic. No shots were fired by anyone on that day. We just tried to support and secure the civilian area to the best of our ability while our commanding manager, CM, I don't know what that is, worked to try to assist with the wounded. Finally, and most important, I'm extremely nervous. I'm leaving here shortly to go meet up with her, and we have a couple things planned. But the distance over text is very, very noticeable. Shorter texts, less affection, less enthusiasm. I'm trying to stay positive here, but I got this sinking feeling that it's just over between us.
Oh.
We had our conversation. Update 2. We had our conversation. It was a beautiful fall day here, so we got to spend time outside and walking, and I felt incredibly nervous, but I figured that I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off. The longer I seemed hesitant, I thought, the longer the awkwardness built. I started by telling her that I was sorry for the other night, in particular for not asking how she felt after I communicated the event to her. I told her I did not want to overwhelm her and that I wasn't certain how much to speak on. I told her that it's uncomfortable for me to share things and that I'm not practiced in doing so. And because of that, I wasn't certain what was palatable or what was right to say. I told her that it was not my intention to overwhelm her and that I only wanted to give her a glimpse so she felt like she knew me and that I only wanted to give her a glimpse so she felt like she knew me because I saw her having a place beside me in my life and didn't want her to feel like I was hiding anything. I told her I understood and I was too much. I told her I understood if it was too much too early in our relationship and if the general content was too heavy. I asked her if she was all right. And I asked her if she was all right or had she struggled after we had talked. And she apologized.
That's right. We apologized to a king.
But I could tell by the tone of her voice that she was both sincere and scrambling. She had not, it turned out, meant to withdraw. She said she should have just asked if I was all right, but she had felt me withdraw and gotten confused and wanted to give me space. She said that she had been very aware while I was talking that I was leaving out things and struggling to make the content both palatable and matter of fact. And that watching me go through that, she felt like I was really overextending myself. And in the days following, she didn't want to press or scare me off.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, like this guy's going through a ton. I don't want to be too needy and like pile on him. Let me give him some space. And now he's like, oh man, she's
then
like,
he withdraws and then she withdraws and then here we are.
And then it's just a withdrawing situation. The conversation lasted a bit longer than I'm summarizing. At one point, she said that she admires me very much, the fact that I served, and that she's grateful that I care enough about her to push her outside of her comfort zone and talk a little bit about the things I saw. She said a lot of nice things about strength, made a playful comment about my physical strength that I won't share in public. And by the end of the night, I felt like we had taken a step further in what we're building together. This doesn't seem to have been a speed bump at all. I'm grateful and honestly think the conversation with her was more productive. And thank you, Reddit, for your input. We're never too old to start. We're never too old to stop learning.
Wow. Is that the end?
That's the end.
Dude, man. This is wow.
This is a
so
very different
things.
story than we
very
usually
different
take.
story than we usually do. I think it's the two things that were unusual here is that how just like
it's more serious. Yeah.
Serious, but also like self-aware, intelligent, like OP was just about. I feel he was very self-aware, empathetic, and like a very thoughtful person.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that the Reddit community actually helped to do something.
I know, and actually gave like some good advice.
Yeah. It's usually like cut off all contact.
Yeah.
Imagine it
block her.
Yeah, block her, no contact, and sue her family. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely no contact is the usual.
But like this is really nice. It feels like he took the advice from Reddit to heart and it helped the relationship, which win-win. So OP, wherever you are, thank you for sharing your story.
That's right.
And any combat veterans that are watching, like I'd be very interested.
Please.
Or if you know,
like
if we are interested in your perspective related to OP's story, because like I don't know, I have a cousin whose husband or fiance is in the military, and that's like I guess like the closest relative I have to in the army. Do you have any?
I don't know. I mean, I have like I have two or three, like three friends that serve that are like more my age, and then like some family, but no, like oh my brother or my whoever, like it's nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm not really close to like anyone that's like military heavy. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. And also, what do you think about this story? I know this was like it's longer and it's also very like it's like more intense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, what do you think?
If you guys like it, like let us know, or if we like when we make stupid jokes.
Yeah, I know.
we were struggling. We probably went overboard on this one. You guys can let us know. Like we're here for the feedback. Just comment below and we'll read it and respond to it.
And and if you hurt my feelings, I will cry. So just know that.
Same.
If you like that story, you're gonna like this other one that we did recently. It's my parents are forcing me to join the military. You never want that. So go click it wherever that thing is. Click it. Do it. Hey, why are you still here? And why are you not clicking that next video, you little sphinx, you little minx, you little sphincter, little baby man?